Hey, how you doing? It's me, Josh. I saw another sight unseen movie. I'm liking this trend. I think we're in this little pocket post Oscars and awards. January and February are for catching up with awards movies and seeing all the genre movies they don't know what else to do with. I feel like now is kind of a weird, nebulous little grab bag. So the last movie I saw was My Dead Friend Zoe, and now I saw a movie called Ex-Husbands. And this is a little quiet indie dramedy by Noah Pritzker is the name of the filmmaker. He's not a first-time filmmaker, but he is an emerging filmmaker. I've not heard of the other things on his filmography. And this movie stars Griffin Dunne, who we don't see enough of, and of great stuff like American Werewolf and After Hours and cool stuff like that. And he is now playing an aging, post-middle age dentist in New York City whose wife, Patricia Arquette, is leaving him after 35 years of marriage. And it's really just about the dynamics, the fallout of that, his relationship with his father, his relationship with his two sons, and played by, oh goodness, I don't remember their name, James Norton and Miles Heiser, I believe, are the names of the actors who play his sons. It's bachelor parties and divorces and trips to Mexico, all things that in other movies would be over-the-top comedic, set pieces. It's kind of stuff that happens in like hangover movies, but this is not that kind of movie. This is an understated, quiet, indie comedy drama. And it's the kind of movie that some people will eat up. Some people will say that was boring and nothing happened. And maybe others will be in between. For my piece, for my part, and for lots of complicated personal reasons that I won't get into in this video, this movie really hit for me. This movie was really nice. I had a pleasant time watching it. I really liked the characters, and thought that it was just lovely. I really liked spending time in this world. It's a little bleak. There's a lot of material here about mortality and depression, legacy, things that are heavy, but there's something about the character as played by Griffin Dunne who is just just the way he kind of takes life's punches with a shrug and a smirk, and a guy who's been through a lot, but also had a kind of a charmed life at the same time. I don't know, I just really liked it. Some people will think that it's just not enough. Some people might be frustrated at how low-key this movie is. There's humor, but there's no bits. And there's scenes where you just spend time with characters and you would expect some kind of punctuation in a movie, and you won't get it. You might get a payoff later in the movie, you might not. But there's just something really nice about the tone of this movie. Not everything works, I think, but it's nice and short. It's like 100 minutes. And again, it hit for me in some very personal ways that turned out to be just what I needed on the particular day that I saw the movie. Maybe I'll talk about that a little bit more on the elusive Patreon podcast feed where I get into things. Yeah, as far as this goes, though, the movie is weirdly from 2023, I noticed on Letterboxd, so this is not a new release. It just might be, I believe it was a festival movie, and maybe it just missed a couple seasons and now it's finally getting pushed out. I'm not sure why it's in theaters now, but I'm glad it is because I really enjoyed watching it. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else going on here. There's just some really interesting stuff here that I think will, like a mileage may vary type of a situation. There's a lot of material specifically not just about divorce and mortality, but about the way children, even if those children happen to be 60 years old, think about their parents, and the way that the world that you were born into is the world, and anytime it changes, we want to do whatever we can to force it back to the way it was. And when it comes to things like divorce, even adult children of divorce, there's a very interesting bit about Griffin Dunne's father, in his 70s choosing to get divorced, and certain that he's going to have a couple of good decades left in him to live life. And then I won't spoil the direction that takes, but this is so crushing to Griffin Dunn's character, who's again a post-middle-aged man himself. He's not a kid, but the idea of his parents getting divorced, especially at that late hour, is just so unthinkable to him. And there's some business with wedding rings and who wears them and who doesn't, and putting them back on, and notions about like post life arrangements that are just I don't know. There's something about this that really resonated with me. I really liked what it seemed to be saying, and I just enjoyed again spending time in this world. There is there's a lot of bleak material, but it's mixed in with some fun. The one son, James Norton's character, is really a multiple depressive, I think he calls himself. He's been diagnosed with like double depression, and boy, this is a very sad sack character. 30-something guy who can't seem to get his life together and has certain opportunities to move his life along, but it may yet elude him. And I found that to be a little bit much. But I don't know. I'd be interested to know, I don't want to oversell this movie. If you're going thinking, oh, it's a comedy, I'm going to have a great time, a raucous, fun time. No, it's really, really quiet. It's really, really just kind of understated and nice. And but I really like personal movies like this. You can tell this movie wouldn't exist apart from the personal experiences and notions and thoughts and artistic voice of the people who made it. So that's enough for me to be on board. And interesting performances and a nice time at the movies. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back soon with more reviews and a short coming very soon here on the channel. And you can see all this stuff early and some exclusive stuff over on Patreon. But just thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon. Josh out.